together we can do it.
We can do this together. There's no other way. I don't want to see your child in my courtroom. I don't want to see your daughter in front of me saying, Your Honor, I slept with him, and him. I don't know who the father of my child is. I don't want to see a young man before me like he's halfway proud that he slept with this young woman, made a baby, but doesn't know whether or not he's the father. I also don't want to see him attempt to downgrade the very young woman he laid down with in an attempt to make himself look better. The children are confused. They are lost. When they stand before me, I realize how lost they are. I say to young girls all the time, the reason why I have no problem talking to you about this situation and you opening up about this, the reason why I sit here as judge is not because my life has achieved any type of perfection, but more importantly, my life experience has allowed me to gain perspective. And that's something that young people don't always have when they enter these situations. Because again, going back to what we talked about before, the conversation is lost. To put that phone down, turn that TV off, we gonna have dinner together. No, you can't go over there. That's a young man or that's a young girl you're not gonna be able to hang around with. These are the rules. This is my house. You must abide by them. There are no other options. It's lost now. We're the information nation. Anything goes. They can find out anything. It's just a finger and just a touch away. So they stand before me and they're lost. With all the information they have and with everything they Google, they can't Google, how do I create a positive, healthy life? They can't get that answer. And what I find out more often than not is that this is a cycle that is repeating itself. When the mother stands next to her child and I try to figure out how her daughter arrived in this place when she's suffering through so much self-esteem that the first little boy that says she's cute or tells her he wants to spend a little time with her, she lay down with her legs open. And I don't mean to be graphic, but I just call it the way I see it. How did that happen? I said, you know, you've lost or you've never developed any purpose in your mind for your life. The fact that you have gifts inside of you that we're all waiting to see. That God has created you, uniquely you, so that you can give that gift to the world. But you're giving your soul and your spirit and your body away for free. That doesn't make sense to me. And yet as her mother stands next to her, and as the moments begin to unfold, more often than not I hear, well, Judge, I too had her when I was 16 or 17 years old. She didn't know who her father was. Now her child doesn't know who their father is. It's about breaking cycles. Cycles we have to admit that we are caught up in. That we have to identify, that we have to stop talking about those are those people and those are those people. Because it's easy to do that. You know, when I first got my show, that's what people asked me. After all these years empowering people, you know, you've been on Ricky Lake and The View and Dr. Phil and Dr. Drew. You're going to take a show called Paternity Court? And they used to turn their nose up. And I would say, funny, you slept with 2 different men in the same month too. You just didn't get pregnant, so I don't know who you're judging. Let's be honest. We're dealing with young women that are engaging in adult activities because the world is so hyper-sexed. Everything they see, everything they touch, everything they are has to do with sex. And we wonder why they're having it. They're having it because they see us having it. We come from a time where that was a separation. I talked about that earlier. Grown folks' life and children's life. There's 2 different things. Now we've got this jambalaya, this recipe of everything mixed up together and it doesn't taste good. We have to change it. We have to change the recipe. We have got to get those core basic ingredients back in the lives of our community and our children. Self-respect, dignity, self-esteem, appreciation for life, purpose, passion, and limitless living. Together, we can do this.